Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D Wayne bringing you yet another YouTube video at this time. So basically what I'm going to be doing with you guys today is bringing you my Shiranui deck profile once again. So this is going to be another updated version. This is post duelist saga, of course. You guys already know Gozuki is here, so you already know he's in the deck, of course. Yes. So yeah guys, excuse me. So yeah guys, let's basically get straight into it and not waste any more time. Hope you guys enjoy once again. Alright, in a similar fashion of course, we're going to start off with the monsters. Basically go briefly over them. So I'm still running 2 spectral swords of course. Still really good, really solid in the deck. Yeah, really good. Synchro summons in the graveyard is always good. 3 Spirit Masters, of course. That's definitely not going to change ever. 2 Samurais, of course. Still a really good card. Probably one of my favorites, personally, because it's one of those really underrated cards that no one really sees or play a lot. So I still like this card for that reason alone. And of course, we have our 3 Shiranui Sages, of course. Still such an amazing card. 1 card level A synchro, just freaking amazing. You know? And lastly, we have 1 Smith, of course. You definitely won't see me with any higher number than 1. I think 1 is just perfect. You know, being able to synchro and adding cards and protecting my battles, okay, I guess. You know, you guys already know. Alright, so we're going into the generic support, of course. 3 Unizombie, of course. 3 Mizuki. You guys already know, staples in any zombie deck. Of course, we have one of my favorite generic zombies, Beast of the Pharaoh. Of course, he doesn't come out for any reason, like I said in my last video. And last but not least, for the monsters, we have 3 Gozuki, the second man, myth, legend, right after Sage. So if you guys don't know what this card does, you should. Why are you playing zombies if you don't know what this card does? But anyway, first effect, Foolish Burial basically just allows you to dump a zombie to the graveyard, no cost. Just go ahead and dump your zombie and set up for plays. The second effect, when it's sent to the graveyard by any means, you can trigger its effect to banish a zombie except for himself and special summon a zombie type monster from your hand. There aren't any level restrictions, so you can special summon any zombie from your hand. And of course, you can only activate each effect once per turn, of course. So yeah, happy birthday Gozuki, he is here. Alright, so that is it for the monsters. Let's go ahead and go into the spells. Of course, we got the 1 Burial from a different dimension, of course. You guys already know, the best card ever. 2 Twin Twisters, of course. Destroys the back row, of course. You guys already know. Excuse me. Alright, now we have a little tech choice. Jewels of the Valiant. If you guys don't know what this card does, it basically says that when exactly 1 monster is banished from your graveyard, exactly 1, you can send a monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different attribute than the banished monster. So this card is definitely really good for this deck because this is basically a Foolish Burial deck. So this will definitely help out a lot in getting yourself to the graveyard in more of a controlled fashion. I wouldn't run obviously the Light Swans with their random milling and stuff. I'm more for controlled milling, like, you know, like do this and Gozuki and Unizombie and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's why I run this. 1 Foolish Burial, basically the card that this deck is basically revolved around. I wish I could play more than 1 of these, but it's only at 1 for now. So you guys already know. The 1 Instant Fusion, I played Theseus in this deck, so this will be the instant fusion for what summoning Theseus and setting up for players from there. So you guys already know. Doing part of Avidity, of course. Excuse me, guys. Alright, so basically what part of Avidity does, put your banish monsters back into the deck and draw one. It can be from either player's graveyard, as long as it equals 3. You just put them back into the deck and you get to draw one card. Pretty good. Still run the 2 gold socks. I still think 3 is too cloggy, so 2 is still going to be perfect for me. Specifically, so anybody can run 3, you can run 1 if you want to. I like 2, so I'm going to stick with 2. Now last but not least, Andrew D, you already know what this card is. This one is for you. So basically I ended up liking the card so much, I ended up getting it in real life. So basically let me go over what this card does. So basically you activate this card, target a monster on your field, banish a monster in the graveyard, and then you get to draw one card. And if the card is the same level as the monster you have on the field, you get to special summon it, which is really, really good because it triggers Shiranui's effects, of course, and it gets you an extra draw on top of that. So yeah, definitely run this at 3 because this deck, it can definitely facilitate running 3 of these cards, and it helps build consistency for your deck, which is really good indeed. So it adds consistency through the draw, and it triggers Shiranui's effects as well. So it serves a dual purpose, which makes it even better for the deck. So I definitely like this tech, and I will be keeping this tech in here. Alright, so Andrew D, you already know, bro. Thanks again, yo. Alright, so that is it for the spells. We're going to go into the traps now. So we got a staple real quick. Bottomless, of course. 2 Shiranui style Samsara. 2 different effects, of course. Becomes Shiranui synthesis when on the field. First effect allows you to banish your zombies face up on the field to take no damage. And also you get to shuffle your zombies with 0 defense, 2 of them, back into the deck and draw 1 card. So since this is on a trap, you can obviously activate this during either player's turn. And this is obviously a hard once per turn. And like I stated before, if you have both of these on the field, you can activate both effects in 1 turn, since this is basically 1 effect per card. Alright, so that's that. Now we have a new tech choice that I put in here. 2 Lost Winds. Now this card is really, really something else. So basically, let me just explain. Basically, you target a special summon monster, negate its effects, and half its attack, which is a permanent negation and permanent halving of their attacks. And also, it has a second use when your opponent special summons something from the extra deck. While this is in the graveyard, you get to reset it back on the field. So it gives you 2 uses for the card. So that's why I run 2, because it's essentially like having 4 Lost Winds. You know, which is pretty good. Definitely having those multiple uses is definitely good. Especially in the type of format we have where we're dealing with nothing but special summon monsters. Unless you're dealing with monsters specifically for the main deck, then you would definitely side these out for some breakthrough skills and stuff like that. So, really good card indeed. I like it. That's that. And always, last but not least, Shiranui style Swallow Slash, of course. Always stays at 3. I'll never drop it to anything lower. You guys already know this is the Icarus / Fire Lake, of course. Banishing, tributing zombies, popping 2, banishing the Shiranui. You know, if you banish the Spirit Master, of course, you get to pop 3. If you banish anything else, you just pop 2, and then you may trigger the other effect of the Shiranui you're going to use, you know, when you banish it. So, this card is still really good. I'm going to always play it. Alright, so that is it for the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck. First we have 1 Theseus. This is obviously for the instant fusion, of course. Sets up a lot of zombie shenanigans. I believe this Beast of the Pharaoh and Foolish Burial will give you a level 8. So basically the combo will go, you will activate Foolish Burial, send a Mizuki to the graveyard, activate Instant Fusion, summon this, normal summon Beast of the Pharaoh, Synchro of Theseus and Beast of the Pharaoh for level 8. Beast of the Pharaoh will activate, summoning himself back, and then you will use Mizuki's effect to summon Theseus back and then synchro up once again for another level 8 synchro, which is pretty good. Among other things they can facilitate, of course, that's just one of many things that this card can set up for, so this card is really good. Next we have Starter's Charge Warrior. When synchro summoned, you get to draw a card, of course. This could attack special summon monsters. Your opponent control once each, so yeah, basically for the draw, and then you can also set up for a Crystal Wing plays through this card and, you know, stuff like that. So, that was really good. Archfiend Zombie Skull, special summonable off of Spectral Sword's effect, of course, protects your zombies from card effects. One Samurai Saga, generic zombie that can be summoned with zombie tuners and zombie non-tuners. And that's basically all it really functions, you know. The effects aren't really that important, so moving on. The one Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, of course, protects from monster effects. Level 5 or higher, negates and destroys. When a monster targets a monster with an effect, level 5 or higher effect, you can negate it as well. And if you destroy a monster with this effect, it gains that monster attack to his attack until the end phase of the turn. So, pretty good. Black Rose, you guys already know. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, still the best as always. This card is getting a reprint. I don't remember what pack is coming in. I heard about it when I went to my locals on Monday. So yeah, it's getting a reprint, so it's going to be cheaper to get, so you guys can get your hands on it. So, pretty good. 2 Shogun Sagas, of course. I still run them at 2. When special summoned, of course, you can banish a zombie. He gains the zombie's attack to his attack until the end phase. And when it's destroyed by battle with card effect, you can put a zombie with 0 defense back into the graveyard. Still really good. 1 Scarlight, of course. Still run this, of course. Still can be clutch in situations, destroying, you know, special summoned monsters and dealing 500 burn for each. Still really good. Double Omegas, of course. Still really good. I'm surprised Konami didn't hit these, especially since the OCG hit Omega down to 1. The TCG did not touch Omegas at all. So I guess it's still okay to run triple Omegas and double Omegas and stuff and still do hand loops and all that other crazy stuff. It's still okay with Konami. So yeah, you guys already know. Now, a new card, Vermilion Dragon Mech. A level 9 synchro that, you know, basically generic. You can summon it through any means. You can use Theseus and a level 4 to summon this. So yeah, basically it can banish a tuner to pop a card on the field. And when it's destroyed by card effect, you get to add a banished tuner back from your deck. So basically you can banish a tuner to pop itself and then get the tuner that you banished to pop this back to your hand. I've done that before, so it's pretty good. Last but not least, we still have the 2 Shiranui Sun Sagas, of course. Very, very amazing card, because I'm going to tell you guys after I'm finished about when I went to the locals, a match I had, which is it was an amazing match. So I'm gonna tell you that as soon as I'm done with this. So basically, what this card does, if you guys don't already know, when special summon, you can put your banished zombie synchros back into the extra deck to destroy as many cards as you put back. So obviously, my famous 3-card Shiranui combo with Spectral, Sage, and Mizuki will obviously get you 2 materials to put back into the deck via its effect, so you can destroy up to 2 cards, maybe more depending on the game state at the time. So, alright, so that's the first effect. Second effect allows you to protect your zombies by banishing a Shiranui monster. When, you know, your opponent tries to destroy them, but your zombies by battle or card effect, you can protect them. Alright, so that is that real quick. Oh boy. Alright guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick deck profile. So yeah. Now I got a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about now. Firstly, this new card that we're getting in Code of the Duelist. Oh god. The card name is Zombina. Stupidest name ever. 1, 2, its effect is extra crappy. Let me just go over it. Its stats, level 4, 1400 attack, 1500 defense, doesn't really matter. Its effect states is when it's destroyed by your opponent's cards, either by battle or by card effect, you get to special summon a level 4 lower monster from your graveyard. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't so upset about that. Because I remember I was talking to you guys about the whole rotation behind this Shiranui support that we were getting and stuff. Like how it would skip every other set before we would get Shiranui support. Well, you guys already know, Code of the Duelist was supposed to be that set where we got Shiranui support. But instead of giving us Shiranui support like they were supposed to, they gave us that sack of garbage. I was talking with Billy Williams in one of Buster's video about that. He's basically saying like, yeah, we completely got shafted on this one. Because Konami knows they were supposed to give us Shiranui support. It was the set for it. They know what they're doing. They plan these things out at least a few months in advance. So they knew they weren't going to give us Shiranui support for this set. But there is a silver lining to the actual card because it can actually be worked. Like if you ran an old school Shiranui, old school zombie mill deck, you can actually run the Zombina in that to loop with the Pyramid Turtles to get extra mills off your opponent's deck. So basically how it goes is obviously your opponent needs to have a monster on the field. So you would have your Bone Tower set up. You would attack with the Pyramid Turtle. Pyramid Turtle's effect will activate, special summoning another Pyramid Turtle. You'll be milling 4 cards each time. So Pyramid Turtle will attack again, another Pyramid Turtle, attack again, special summon Zombina. So Zombina will then attack, destroy, you special summon the Pyramid Turtle from the graveyard. Then you have the Pyramid Turtle attack. It goes to the graveyard, special summons another Zombina from the deck. Then the Zombina will once again attack. Then his effect will trigger once again, special summoning a Pyramid Turtle back from the graveyard once again. And then that Pyramid Turtle will attack again, and then special summon the last Zombina to then attack and then special summon something else. So you definitely will be milling a lot of cards just off that loop alone. But that's the only real purpose it serves. So other than that, you would probably you could play it in a zombie deck if you want to. It would work, I guess. But you have to rely on your opponent to do that. In this day and age, why would you want to rely on your opponent to trigger effects? You'd want to do it yourself. The card shouldn't be that slow in this day and age, especially with as fast as things are nowadays. It's like the whole thing with link summoning. This is not going to be slow for much longer, especially when you definitely get into it. You can definitely speed up, because I've seen the whole thing with this pro player doing the whole link summoning thing and special summoning from the extra deck 15 times, meaning he got all 15 of his monsters out of the extra deck in one turn, or for 2 cards. So yeah, a card like Zombina is not. Just thinking about it in retrospect pisses me off. But anyway, those are just my basic thoughts on that. Now, there's something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. My locals. because I actually had a chance to play test this. It was probably one of the craziest duels I've ever had, because I was I was playing this against a guy who was playing Lawn Mowing Burning Abyss Shadows. Probably most cheesiest deck I've ever seen, next to Zodiacs and all that extra bullcrap. This deck right here is just it's really annoying, especially when you get the Lawn Mowing off and then you're triggering so many effects. As you guys know, the Burning Abyss don't miss timing, Shadows don't really miss timing either. So this guy hit me with the Lawn Mowing and just jumped off with at least 12 cards, and they were all monsters with effects that trigger off being sent to the graveyard. I shook my head when I saw that. I was like, and honestly, it didn't matter how much offense I put up, because I put up an amazing offense. I was summoning Sun Sagas and Omegas, Shogun Sagas. I was summoning everything. I was putting everything out on the table. And it still was not enough, because his defense was so strong. Every time I attacked, everything recurred. It's just nothing but recursion. I was just attacking into stuff and things was just triggering, and he was just getting effects off, and I just could not get through to save my life. I was trying and trying and trying. Trust me, I was really trying, putting in so much work, summoning so many synchro monsters, and I just couldn't get through at all. It was really annoying. Both games, he 2-0'd me nonetheless. Both games were long and drawn out because I could not get through. No matter how hard I tried getting rid of his back row, just attacking into these monsters, just nothing. I couldn't really get any real damage in. I think one game I only hit him for like 2,900. The second game I hit him for just a little bit more, maybe about 3,000 or 4,000. But other than that, I could not get through. It's probably one of the most annoying decks I've ever played, honestly. So, needless to say, I lost, but it wasn't without putting in the effort. So yeah, guys, that was basically my time at the locals. That was basically the only match I had. It lasts essentially the entire time I was there. I was there chilling for a bit, and then, you know, he was dueling someone or whatever. Then I finally got a chance to duel him, and it lasts at least 45 minutes to an hour. And we only had an hour left to stay there before the store closed. So yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, guys, that's just all I wanted to share with you guys for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm always willing to talk to you guys about what's going on. Alright, so I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime. But until then, peace. YouTube.